We are underway here in Mexico for round 3 of Premier X, and it looks like a decent start for Hamo, who's already got the leap pretty clearly off of Vallu there. Now Vexit in charge as he looks to try and take a slipstream from the AlphaTauri in first. Christian Sendel battling for position as well. Zola disconnected from the session. That could cause issues, and the two Red Bulls come together there as Peso's looking to get interested as well, but it's Hamo clearly leading out at the front. What a start to the race for the AlphaTauri. Christian Sendel trying to make progress at the expense of his championship rival Vexit. Peso backing out of that particular battle because it could get hairy soon. But Vexit holds on to that position for now. Jan Thaler thinking about a move, but actually he's having to defend from Jeffrey Ritchie, who's trying to make up from a relatively poor qualifying. Both of these guys will be clean to make progress up through the field. Inside for the double right-hander for the Alfa Romeo, but I don't think he'll be able to out-drag, and he'll struggle to go around the outside of turn 7 here. So that's going to be Jan Thaler holding on to that one. Zola back in the session. They're still side by side. Jeffrey Ritchie. Wow, take a bow for that one, my son. That is Yanni Tripkov getting forced off the road by Jan Thaler as well, as their battle will continue down into turn 12 here. Yanni Tripkov going up the inside. There's going to be contact. They're still pushing wide. They're 2x2 through there and into the hairpin. It's so hard to go side by side through this particular part. Oh, and Jan Thaler's done it, and that's Yanni Tripkov round. And it's not just him, it's Connor Eddy as well. They've made contact, and two of them spinning out on the opening lap.
They try to go side by side through not only turn 13, but turn 14 as well. It was always going to end in absolute tears. Yanni Tripkov, Zola, both the spinning. Connor Eddy, Marinchello, KX Ricardo, and Ollie P as well. They've all had to come into the pits.
Now here comes Vallu, though, looking to try and get past Hamo. A bit of a lag moment between the two of them there, but they're sending it up the inside. Goes the Finn, but he's not alongside enough, and that will be Hamo holding on, defending well there. Calm defense from the AlphaTauri. No contact between the two of them, and Hamo stays ahead for the time being in that Alfa Romeo. But here comes Vallu. He's got the DRS wide open again. He's going to send it up the inside of turn 1 here. There's only so much that Hamo can do to try and fight this one back, but he is going to fight it back. He'll take the inside for turn 2 as well, but he can't shut the door. And as a result, that is going to be Vallu up into the lead of the race for the time being. He got pushed wide, did Hamo, in that battle. And now Vexit's going to look to try and take advantage. There's still no DRS. It's a double detection point there. And Hamo, without that DRS, cannot fight against either Red Bull. Really well done from the senior team there to get both of their drivers up into first and second. Or had a wing change or something. But there's Jan Thaler trying to battle with Vallu and taking the position away. That is the de facto race lead he's got with a one-lap undercut. That just shows you the amount of power that undercut has here in Mexico. Don't worry about Jan Thaler will take what is de facto the race lead, even though there are still 3 drivers ahead of him on circuit at the moment. There's Vexit coming out alongside his teammate and Jan Thaler. He's going to have to slot in there in third. He hasn't lost too much time to those guys, and here goes Vallu up the inside of Jan Thaler. He was behind him for a lap. He doesn't want to be behind him any longer. And there's that experience that you mentioned. Jan Thaler not fighting that one aggressively, allowing Vallu through, knowing he can slipstream him back, DRS him back, and try and take the position away in a couple of laps' time. But he's under pressure from Vexit as well, who's looking to go around the outside of turn 4, and he looks to have judged it beautifully there. What a move once again from Vexit.
But Vexit might be having a slight smile on his face because he might be able to get the double overtake as they start lap of 14 of the race.
This is like a safety car restart right here. They're both going to get past Sandro into turn 1. You can imagine that Sandro getting well out of the way. I think he's getting out of the throttle even. And there's Jan Thaler with a triple slipstream trying to get past them as well. Will he get too interested? He might try and challenge Vexit. Anymore. Jan Thaler and Jeffrey Ritchie, they're going side by side over third place. Jeffrey wants that podium once again, and he wants to get himself at least provisionally there right now. And he gets past Jan Thaler. They had a great battle on the opening lap. They have a great battle here once again in the first sector. Jan Thaler will have DRS. He'll try and get him back. But of course, Jeffrey has DRS of his own, so he can hold on. Now, further behind, that's Peso and Hamo going for the battle. As Christian Sendel further back gets past Sandro. That is Peso getting around the outside of Hamo. Hamo can fight back on the inside of turn 6, but that is going to be Peso making the move stick, and into 6th he goes.
That is an incident. Is it a safety car?
It is
indeed. Oh no, that is terrible for the 2 Red Bulls. Now the question is, do they pit for hard tires? I think everyone has to pit, and this is going to hurt Vexit so much.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Riptide might find himself in a positive situation, though. Ollie speeding under safety car, that's never going to help his race after such a promising qualifying. He's picked up 2 time penalties, and now that extra drive-through penalty as well. Riptide into the pits, Jan Thaler into the pits, Jeffrey Ritchie, they're making the decision to go into the pit lane. Labrax, Sandro, all of them into the pit lane. But Vallu, Vexit, Peso, Hamo, they all stay out. Christian Sendel stays out as well. Vexit has always been there with him. There has not been a point when the two Red Bulls haven't been together on track, barring the lap difference between their pit stops. Vallu holds them for a long time. And now guns it on the straight. Peso, Hamo, they're going to be interested as well. Christian Sendel looks to have got a really nice restart all over the rear end of the Alpha Tauri. Slight gap back to Cameron Cooper, who's going to be under pressure from Riptide on those fresh, soft tyres in the Scarlet Red Ferrari. But out in the lead, it's still Vallu leading from Vexit. Now Hamo and Peso. Hammer and Tongs between the two of them, more like. There's a car off. No, never mind. That's Cameron Cooper, who scoots back on track. Riptide, he's had an issue. He's run wide on the exit of turn 3. And as a result, he's falling well down. He was in such a good position after the safety car, but he loses out there. Now Hammer and Peso still fighting in towards turn 4. This is Christmas come early for the Red Bulls as they can drive away from this pair of white cars battling with one another. But it is Peso who holds onto the position just about in the end, shutting the door as he loses out to the Alfa Romeo as well. And now KX Ricardo is there. He's on soft tyres as well. It's just getting worse and worse for Labrax right now. This has been a disaster of a lap for him. But actually, he fights back and tries to continue the battle with Lars Algera, but Lars holds onto it. Now KX Ricardo, can he send it up the inside of turn 6? That's always going to be dangerous. But thankfully, Labrax gives him the room. Very respectful driving indeed from the Renault, who could have easily caused a collision there. And now that's Zola getting past Labrax. This is a disaster for him. Lars Algera picked up a 3-second time penalty in the chaos. Will be closer to Peso this time around. He should be able to think about making the move in towards turn 1. He will have the inside there. We see the Williams on the left-hand side. And Jan gets past him, but not soon enough for all you guys in chat for Labrax. But, oh, contact maybe there, and that pushes Labrax wide. That's pretty much a bump pass from Christian Sendel, who take that position away. Here comes the drag effect being reduced by that DRS. And there it is, around the outside. He will go. Hardly enough space for Christian Sendel to battle back. He tries to do so, but the move is done, and Vallu is up into third, and he'll open the DRS once again for his second helping. Keep on board with Jeffrey Ritchie. It's 1.1. He's getting closer and closer to Jan Thaler on this final lap of the race here in Mexico. Oh, he's just within it. Where's the DRS detection line? I think we just passed it. And he's going to have DRS on Jan Thaler, but he's not going to be close enough, I don't think. Into the final sector, he'll have to hope that Jan's tyres are completely dead at that stage. But I think Jan is canny enough to hold on to this race lead at the very end here. You can see the fireworks going off, the paint flying up into the air as Jeffrey Ritchie desperately tries to challenge, but I don't think he has enough. It's come too little and too late for the Dutchman as Jan Thaler takes his second win of the season for McLaren. Jeffrey Ritchie with a great drive to second, his third podium of the season. Vallu getting across the line in third, but Peso inherits the podium, his first of the season, ahead of Vallu and Christian Sendel down in fifth. Labrax comes home in sixth on 20-lap-old hard tyres. Hamo, after such a strong start to the race, finishes down in seventh. Lars Algera with a solid 8th place for him. Riptide will be happy with 9th. Same for KX Ricardo in 10th. Cameron Cooper improves on 2 12th places with an 11th here today. Maverick with no practice, managing 12th on his first reserve race of the season. Zola Vexit, who crashes across the line. He'll be very disappointed with how this race has gone. Jarne Tripkov coming home in 16th. He won't be happy either.